Hello, and welcome to Dear Dr. Jones channel. I am excited and indeed honored to be here. Thank you for all the overwhelming response of letters that I received. I wanted to really select a letter that I thought was applicable to many of the letters that I did receive from men and from women. And this letter caught my attention right away. It started off with this sentence: Dear Dr. Jones, am I a damn fool? I just thought that, oh my God, this is so real. This is so real life right now, and we really need to address this. Men and women feeling like a damn fool for getting involved with people who don't deserve our time or our energy. My platform now and will always be: don't waste your time. If you know already when you meet someone and they say a couple things and you're not feeling that chemistry or that vibe, or you just know instinctually that something is not right, don't waste your time. But we're going to get into this letter that was sent to me, and I just want to thank this young lady for trusting me with her feelings. So let's do it. Dear Dr. Jones, I am a 35-year-old African American woman, and I just feel like a damn fool. I have three kids, and I have been divorced several times. So she indicates that she's been married two or three times. She said, but on each occasion, those marriages ended pretty abruptly. And it's not due to, I don't think, my fault, but because I feel like I've wasted my time by giving them too much in the relationship. Now, she really doesn't go into explanation about what she means by that. But she says, and as a result of that, I have felt like I have been taken advantage of. She says, I've been married twice. And she says, on each occasion, I feel like my spouse did not really do their part. Now, she indicates in the letter that she is African American. One of her spouses was white, and that the other one was black. She says that my children are okay and stable, and I've now been divorced for several years, and I'm in the dating scene. She says I do not allow anyone to come around my children, and I have found myself meeting people and wanting to be in a relationship, but I cannot find a genuine person. It appears as though most of the men out there are looking for sex, or looking for money, or looking for someone to take care of them. Am I a damn fool? What is wrong with me, Dr. Jones? I feel like I have tried to give my best, and yet they don't appear to appreciate who I really am. I'm trying to read through some of the other stuff. She says, but I don't have any history of being violent or depressed, but I feel like I feel so lonely, and I'm just wondering, am I a fool or is something wrong with me? Now, I wanted to really address a couple things in that letter because I think it's really important for anyone who's in the dating scene to really be secure, self sufficient, and stable. Those are the three things I think are really important as you enter into the dating scene. Now, first and foremost, let me tell this writer: no, you're not a damn fool. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to convey to this writer is, let's think about how you are entering these relationships and why you're entering the relationships and why you're selecting the relationship that you are entering into. It's really important to look at your behavior and your patterns so that you don't repeat those patterns and those behaviors in your relationships. For a lot of times, I think women and men go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship without really taking time out to address the issues and concerns that you may need to address within yourself so that you do not transfer and repeat that in the next relationship. Okay, so let's go with the first thing. The first thing is thinking about when you get into these relationships, why are you selecting the person that you're selecting? I mean, I know that social psychology and just how we interact with others, attraction is really important. But are you attracted to a certain type of person and not considering not just what's on the extrinsic, what's on the outside of the person and how they look, but also what's on the inside of the person? I think a lot of times we may become superficial and we're just looking for that exterior. Oh, he's fine. Oh, she's hot. Or whatever it is. Yes, you do want that. And yes, that is important, but that's not the major thing or the main thing that should be drawing you to that person. Think about what draws you to a person. Is it the person's intellect? Is it the person's ability to be generous or giving or nurturing? Is it about the person's spiritual connection? Is it about how they treat other people, how they take care of themselves, their own family if they have children, or their immediate family or extended family? Is family important to them? What about their integrity, their work ethic? Are they honest? I mean, trustworthy. Those are things that are really important and may take time to actually learn about a person, but that's the key. Taking time to get to know the person before you allow yourself to be involved with that person in any kind of way that may involve some type of intimacy. Now, no, again, you're not a damn fool. What this means is maybe the way in which you think about being in a relationship, you may need to process again in a different kind of way. One, I would say take a little time to get to know yourself. Step back and say, hey, okay, writer X, who am I really? What do I like? What do I like to do? What do I like? Where do I like to go? Am I comfortable with myself? Am I okay with taking myself out to dinner? Do I necessarily need someone for that? Can I take myself to the movie theater? Can I go alone to church? Can I go out to stores, or can I go take dance lessons or things that interest me that I don't necessarily need to have someone present also? Am I comfortable enough to go alone and maybe strike up conversations with other people? Not necessarily trying to hit on them, but really just trying to engage in conversation. Or am I stuck in this new world of text messaging, Facebook, social media, and Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever it is? That's okay. But can I also have a good conversation with someone without having to utilize those venues? I've seen a lot of people out and all they do is they look at their telephone, or they're texting someone, or they're on Facebook, and they can't really strike up a conversation with the person sitting next to them and just talk about current events, what's going on. Hell, right now we have the biggest crisis going on with the Ebola virus that seems to be freaking running rampant. So I mean, can you talk about those types of things? Can you talk about the current, elections that are going on, and the conservative or the liberal parties? Not trying to actually express what your beliefs are, but what the general concerns are out there of the country. I mean, it's all about learning new things for yourself at this point. Going out there and really trying to love yourself in a way that you have never loved yourself before. Now, you're saying, Dr. Jones, what does that have to do with her feeling like a damn fool? Well, really, let's talk about that. I want her and anybody else watching this video to learn more about themselves than about someone else. So if you're learning about yourself, then by the time someone comes into your microcosm, into your world, then you love yourself regardless. And you bring a lot more to the table than just the way you look physically, the financial support that you may be able to provide. I mean, you're able to provide a table that's full of lots of things. Hey, maybe you learn to do salsa and merengue and bachata, and that's not your culture, but you've learned it because it was something you wanted to do. Maybe you went out and you learned to bowl because you were always interested in that game. Maybe you went out and you learned to play dominoes or checkers or chess because those are some of the things that interest you. Maybe you went out and you learned to, make purses or earrings or whatever it is that you have really broadened your horizon to really make you a well rounded person. When you do that, some of this foolishness that you encounter from other people, you won't encounter because you will not entertain foolishness. You will actually be involved and more tuned in to meeting someone who can really vibe with you and who can appreciate, again, appreciate what you bring to the table. But in order to do that, you first must appreciate who you are. Work on who you are. So, for this particular writer who says, I'm meeting these people, they're taking advantage of me, they're manipulating me, or, I'm not getting the fullness of the relationship, the first question I ask is, why are you allowing that to happen to yourself? Why are you allowing these things or these people to take advantage of you? You're intelligent, according to what you're writing. You're educated. You're smart. You don't have to waste your time with someone telling you things because you want to hear it. You don't have to waste your time because you're feeling lonely or alone. Let's normalize that. Yes, you're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel alone at times, but that doesn't mean that that is a permanent part of who you are. We're human. We're going to feel depressed. We're going to feel anxious. We're going to feel stressed out. Those are things that we are going to feel. That's totally normal. However, when you are working on yourself and you know who you are and you know whose you are, you don't have to entertain those things that are going to distract you from greatness. So, for this young lady who's had the experience of being married twice, we know that you can love. We know that you know how to love. Now it's being able to take those things, really focus them on yourself. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to fall in love with myself. I'm going to, all those things that I want in a mate, I'm going to require those things of myself. And when you're ready, you go out there and you engage and interact with people until you find someone that comes across your path or that crosses your path that you find interesting enough to share those things with. Hey, be careful. Don't give everything to everybody. They don't deserve it. So, for this young lady who wrote in, and I hope this helps a lot of people, take some time to get to know you, love you, trust you, honor you, obey you, take care of yourself, learn new things, step outside that box. It's okay to be alone and be with yourself. Love yourself. Get to know yourself. Stimulate yourself. Go to a bookstore. Pick up some novels. Read things. Enhance your knowledge. Broaden your perspective. Don't go to the same places. And I'm not saying, hey, go out there and go to the clubs and meet people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying learn new things so that when you are broadening your horizon and you're learning those new things, maybe you'll meet people in those venues who want to know and learn the same things that you want to know and learn. I hope this was helpful to this young lady. I want you to think about how you are processing this information. Take a step back, think about it, learn about it, and go for it. And ma'am, honey, you are not a damn fool. You're just a woman trying to figure out how to make your life better. Until the next letter, take care. Bye. And remember, ask Dr. Jones.